everybody, what's going on today? Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing part 2 of ways to give up less home runs here and how to use pitchers effectively post-patch. So we're going to go over relief pitchers here and how to properly use them in the game. This was only going to be a 2-part thing, but I think it's going to be a 3-part thing. So this is part 2 today, and then part 3 tomorrow. I'll be actually going over some gameplay and where to throw pitches in the zone to make sure that they are the most effective for you going forward. So you guys do me a favor, as always, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, subscribe. As you guys can see on the screen right now, Javier Baez, 99 overall finest card. This is the card, and the way to get it is to pre-order MLB The Show 20. If you guys didn't see the announcement yesterday, he is the cover boy for or cover man, whatever, I'm sorry, for MLB The Show 20. It's an awesome card, man. Of course, it's for the position that I need help at shortstop. Let's go over the card real quick. 98 contact versus righties, 111 against lefties, 95 against righties on power. He's got 122 power against lefties also, which is insane. 87 vision, 65 plate discipline, 123 clutch, which is awesome. 60 bunting. He can probably drop one down if you need him to, but probably not necessary with this card. And the diamond fielding, man, 91 on the fielding, 91 arm strength, 78 arm accuracy, and 89 reaction with 80 speed. So he is fast there as well for you. And 54 stealing, 59 base running aggression. He should be able to swipe some bags for you, but shortstop with second, third, and center field as secondary positions. I do have to give like a minor, I guess, disclaimer or apology maybe or something. Man, this morning on Twitter, I tweeted out, because I was just being kind of funny. Like, I'd love to get this card. I'd love to do a debut with this card. Unfortunately for me and lack of funds, it's going to be a couple months before I can probably pre-order MLB The Show 20 around Christmas time, which is perfectly fine with me, okay? I'd love to get the card, though. I wish I could do a debut for you guys, but I tweeted something that was meant to be funny this morning, and apparently it wasn't, so I do apologize. But it was, I made a GoFundMe page, okay? And I deleted the tweet since now. The GoFundMe page is still up there, and I'll put the link in the description there, whatever. It was literally a GoFundMe page trying to raise money to pre-order the game, okay? Obviously, there are much more needed charities and GoFundMe pages out there. I hope that anyone and everyone would donate to those first. You know, and over top of this, because there are people in need that obviously need something out there and need help with things in life, as opposed to something like this for a video game. So it wasn't meant to be taken as serious as it was taken by some people. I got absolutely ripped on Twitter over it, and probably, maybe rightfully so. I don't know. I wish people would learn to laugh a little bit more. I guess people thought that I was joking about charity, and that wasn't the intention. So I wanted to explain that right here at the beginning of the video right quick. So I do apologize again. You know, like I said, if you guys are interested and you guys want to see the debut video before a couple months from now, I'll put the link to the GoFundMe page in the description of the video, and anything that is raised over the amount will be donated to a charity. I put that in the tweet this morning also, but people apparently missed that part. So, but yeah, definitely help out people that are actually in need before going to me. But I just wanted to get that little disclaimer out there at the beginning of the video. But let's go ahead and jump and look at bullpen pitchers and how we can most effectively use them post-patch here in MLB The Show. All right, so having a perfectly set up bullpen is probably one of the most underrated and things that people look over for having success in this game. A bullpen is very important for your success, especially once you get past All-Star and into Hall of Fame difficulty. So we're going to go over this and how I recommend that you would set up your bullpen to be the most effective. I got a question yesterday on the channel about, you know, what happens when you're in that position where you're just in the division series, but you might still be playing somebody that's still in wild card. So you're teetering back and forth between Hall of Fame and All-Star difficulty, depending on where your opponent's ranked. You never know until the game's over, or till the game starts and you start seeing pitch speeds come in. So what I recommend is roll with the starting rotation that you're most confident with at that point. Once you get to Division Series, I think it's probably a better idea to go ahead and roll with your Hall of Fame difficulty starting pitchers, like I went over yesterday in yesterday's video. But for the bullpen, what I like to do is I like to set up a good mixture of like three bullpen arms that are very, very effective on All-Star, and then three that are very effective on Hall of Fame with you have 7 spots. So that 7th spot being what you feel more confident in and where you're actually at. So I kind of roll with the same bullpen almost all the time. You guys do know, look, I know for a fact, and you guys know this, I'm not gonna try to hide it. I use the knuckleballer. I use the knuckleballer in that long relief spot because he can pitch 5 innings, and he's very effective online. So, but for this video, I'm just showing you guys actual regular seven cards that I would have in there, and then I'll show you guys some other bullpen options that I have that are cards I own, but not actually in here. So the 3 flamethrowers or high velo guys that I would use primarily on Hall of Fame difficulty would be Lee Smith. Lee Smith is one, and then Aroldis Chapman and probably the Andrew Miller are the three big cards for that. Now Trevor Hoffman is effective for me, and all these pitchers are really effective for me on both, just because they're all very good at locating the ball where I want. And, it works out quite well that way. But Kenley Jansen's another good option for a closer as opposed to Trevor Hoffman having in there. So what I recommend, though, is having a good mixture. So then the all-star cards that I would kind of go to primarily for long outings or something in this game would be the Raleigh Fingers card right there. The Sergio Romo card, and then the Hoffman card would be another one that I would go to for longer outings out of the bullpen for myself. But and also, like I said, I go to the knuckleballer too, and I use him both on Hall of Fame and All-Star because he's difficult for people to hit. I mean, whatever. I know it's a glitch card in the game, but it is what it is. And if you can take advantage of something, why not? You're trying to win. The goal is to win at the end of the day. The goal is to win. So it's win by any means necessary in my book. I did make it back up after falling a few days ago, falling down a little bit. I've made it back up to Division Series right now. Haven't played a ton of games here this month so far, but back into Division Series. So I'm on Hall of Fame difficulty myself right now, and these are cards, and the starting cards you see up there are cards I'm going to roll with as I go forward in the rotation there. But yeah, these are great cards. They all have good pitch speed differentials. They have good mixture of pitches that they throw. I love pitchers that throw the sinker. Having a sinker is a great pitch to have. Sergio Romo has one. Kenley Jansen has one. Raleigh Fingers has one. So those are 3 great guys to go to for if you're needing a double play or needing a ground ball. Or inducing one like that. I do prefer a pitcher to have a changeup, a splitter, or a forkball, or a combination of a couple of those. And all these guys, I believe, have a changeup at least. Actually, Lee Smith has a forkball, and Raleigh Fingers has the forkball as well. But they function just like a changeup would be to induce double plays. So they're very good at that. But yeah, what you want to do, like I said, go with a mixture for your bullpen. It's especially important, like I said, between teetering back and forth on Hall of Fame and All-Star difficulty, just because you never know exactly where your opponent's at. So having that good mixture and being able to mix it up is very important. Now, if you're in a game and you kind of recognize early on that you're probably playing on All-Star difficulty, even though you're already in Division Series, and you can kind of tell by the pitch speeds, then what I recommend is pay close attention to that pitch feedback. The pitch feedback and how late and early your opponent's swings are on certain types of pitches you've thrown throughout the game. If you've got a high velo pitcher in there like a Nolan Ryan or a Kerry Wood or really any of these starters that I have in there, and the guy has been late the entire time, guy or girl that you're playing against has been late the entire time, then you want to maybe stick with those high velo pitchers as you go to your bullpen. I probably wouldn't go to maybe a Sergio Romo or a Trevor Hoffman to start off. I might stick with a Kenley Jansen, a Lee Smith, an Andrew Miller, or an Aroldis Chapman. I might stick with that high velo because they've been late throughout the entire game. If you find that a guy is having a hard time facing off-speed pitches, and that's what they're big difficulty is when you're facing them, then, I might go to a Sergio Romo. I might go to a Raleigh Fingers card. I might go to the Trevor Hoffman a little early. So, you've got to pay close attention to that. It's very important throughout the game. So, just kind of make mental notes as you're playing throughout a game, just as you would if you were a real pitcher in real life, or a manager or a coach or something. Play it that way, play it close to the vest, play it smart, and try to optimize your opportunities to the best that you can, so that you can be most effective throughout the entire 9 innings in a ranked season's game. So, but these are the cards that I will roll with in the bullpen here going forward, minus the Kenley Jansen. He's probably going to come out, and then we'll put that knuckleballer back in before I go and play another game. But let's go over some of the other cards that are good options as well, that I have cards for, but just I don't maybe use them all the time. All right, so these are some of the other cards that I have options for here that I can use and go to. It's good to have other options of cards for your bullpen to replace some pitchers with, especially when you're trying to make that push to World Series, like happened to me last month, where I had to use the bullpen quite a bit in the final few games, and all my arms were relatively tired and didn't have much stamina to be able to go long outings in games. So it's good to have other cards like these to be able to use. The 99 Kirby Yates for collecting 7 of the finest cards is a good option. Be careful hanging pitches with him. I've had a little bit of trouble hanging pitches with him. Even his splitter, it seems to float over the plate a little bit well, and I found that people can hit him quite well. I haven't gotten the opportunity to use him on Hall of Fame difficulty yet, so maybe he's more effective on Hall of Fame. That's kind of what I'm assuming might be the case with him. The Wade Davis card, which is free to obtain through signature teams, is another option there as well. A lot of people have success with him. He's not one that I feel that confident in to keep in the starting bullpen right there for me, but it's definitely a good card. He's got a good 5-pitch mix as well. So the Rob Nin card, Rob Nin got knocked around for me and a lot of other people, as I've heard, quite a bit early on in the year. So Rob Nin is one that I hesitate on bringing in if I ever need to. But he's there just in case the bullpen gets tired. I have made my creative player at pitcher and maxed him out, so I do have that as an option to be able to throw into games if I ever need to. So that's a free good option that you guys might want to look into. You can go with whatever wind up and release point that you want to go with by choosing the player to emulate there. Chris Sale's a good one. Alex Wood's a good one to use for the arm angle and everything. It throws hitters off a little bit. Steve Cishek, Darren O'Day, guys like that you can do pretty good with, that have a interesting arm angle. And if you can get the ball up to 100 miles an hour with your creative player at pitcher, it's an interesting bullpen arm to use. So Zach Britton, obtainable through the team affinity rewards there for the Baltimore Orioles. David Robertson there as well for the Yankees. We're not even going to discuss the Felipe Vasquez. You couldn't pay me money to use that card after the things that have come out in recent months about him. The Troy Percival card is a good card there. A lot of people have had luck with that Brett Cecil card. So it's a good option. Past that, I really haven't used very many of them except for maybe in events or anything. That gold Raleigh Fingers card is pretty good, but I have the diamond now, the signature card, so I don't have to go to that one. But it's good, like I said, to have several options just in case your relievers get tired. You can plug them in. Keep in mind that your relievers will not gain or regain their energy back unless they are in your bullpen and don't pitch for that game, or pitch very few pitches. They still might gain a little bit of stamina back. But keeping a bullpen strong is a very important way to be effective going forward, especially making that push towards World Series. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this part 2 of the video. Like I said, tomorrow the plan is to possibly release one showing gameplay and showing you where to throw what pitches and when in counts. I did a video like that early on in the year, but maybe now since post-patch it's changed up a little bit. So every pitch has a particular spot in the strike zone that it's meant to be thrown. And a very specific spot. And if you can locate those pitches there, that's how you'll be most effective with them. So I'll go over that tomorrow. in that video. But hope this video helps everybody out today. Again, I apologize for offending anyone on Twitter with the GoFundMe thing about MLB The Show 20. It was literally meant to be a joke, and it was just kind of, look, if you're interested, and that's fine. But by all means, give to another charity before you were to give to me for something like that. It's not something that I needed like that. It was just something I wanted, and it was a bad joke. It was a bad joke, and I'm sorry for that. So hope everybody understands where I'm coming from on that, and we can move on from there. So, but as always, you guys do me a favor, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, subscribe. And don't forget, on Sunday, I'll be giving away a $25 PSN gift card that was donated to the channel by A's Kayak to do as a giveaway. So we're going to do that on Sunday. And so make sure that you're in the stream, on the live stream for Subscriber Game Sunday at 12 noon Central Standard Time is when I'll go live. So sometime during the stream is when I'll be giving that out. And it'll be fun, man. We'll have a good time, just like we do every stream. So I appreciate everybody's support again throughout the year, and we will catch you guys on the next video. Thanks.